I can't believe it. I thought Super Episode 60 was going to be bad. This is oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, fuck. God. Bring this shit up. So, I just finished watching Dragon Ball Super Episode 66, and I'm in shock, disgust, and the year of L still continues. So let me go close this. The rest of that thing. This is some fucking bullshit. So Super Saiyan Blue Goku's full power Kamehameha overcomes Merge, the Zamasu's most powerful attack. Merge Zamasu's most powerful Sun attack. When Goku Black and Zamasu separately were beating him and were stronger than him. They fuse. Well, they're already fused at this point, and then Goku's Kamehameha like melts Zamasu's skin so that it's like all purple. And the fact that immortality is like Boo's regeneration, I think is just absolutely like I feel like I don't know if Toriyama was the one that made it like that, but I have to believe that that was Toei's all doing. Like I won't guarantee, but I have such a good hunch that when it gets to this point in the manga, Toyotaro's adaptation, how they portray Zamasu's immortality, it's not going to be like regeneration like how they're showing in the anime. Or at least like Boo's regeneration, really. Like I think he'll still be able to feel pain and you know, like that sort of thing, but fucking like it melts. I don't understand. Like the power scaling is all fucked up. Then for some reason Zamasu's immortal. This is like I'm not saying this like to rag on anyone, to denigrate or disparage anyone, but the fact that at least the reasoning, I don't know if Toriyama created this reason or not, but the fact that because Black wasn't immortal and that's causing Merge Zamasu to lose his immortality, I think that is complete horseshit. It's fucking nonsense. I see no reason. Just think about it for a second. Why should a fusee, right? And this isn't to say like this is new, and like what I'm going to say are examples of quote unquote and quote unquote important thing here, quote unquote immortality that are unlike Zamasu's, right? I just don't understand how an immortal body fusing with the mortal one will cause immortality to not work when Zamasu himself was mortal at one point and then wished for immortality and was able to hold it. Here's what I mean by that. We have had Roshi consume the elixir of the immortal phoenix, right? Which at this point is probably a forgotten plot point. We've had King Piccolo wish for eternal youth, and we've had both 17 and 18 have the ability to live forever because of the artificial ki generators that Dr. Gero outfitted them with, right? And obviously, those types of eternal life and immortality are different than Zamasu's. But that's not the point that I'm making. The point that I'm making is that the fact that they have a form of immortality while they are quote unquote mortal. I was going to say human, but obviously King Piccolo isn't human. But while they are mortal, the fact that they had the capacity to hold that, right? If they have the capacity to hold some form of immortalities, even if it isn't Zamasu's, why should fusing with a body that doesn't have Zamasu's immortality, like if you have Zamasu's version of immortality, if I fuse with the mortal one, why is there any reason? There is no reason for it. There is no reason for it to for it to automatically stop working. The fact that Zamasu wished for it, the fact that he wasn't born immortal, the fact that he had to wish for immortality, right? The fact that he had a mortal body and that he was able to fulfill his wish, that he was able to hold his immortality, that he was able to retain the ability to be immortal right? When he was originally more than he wished for it. There, I don't see the reason. I think it's complete shit reasoning. There is no reason why I think that should happen. Why in fuck's name should immortality granted by the Super Dragon Balls not be compatible with the mortal body when Zamasu was the one that wished for it? It's so fucking stupid. And not only that, this is how you know a villain is shit. Like, I've been ragging on Zamasu's character for pretty much since the start of episode 58, I think it was, maybe 60. Well, I mean, I guess ever since he was introduced, I mean, I gave him the chance, and then I kind of thought that his ideologies was completely nonsensical, and it didn't make sense. It didn't follow a clear line of reasoning, at least. And that's not to say like it has. What I mean is like sorry, I'm just having a hard time like fucking thinking of words right now, but. It's okay for villains to not make sense, but how they don't make sense, their line of reasoning, I think that should at least be somewhat sensible, right? In the case of Zamasu, I don't see it, and I'm not gonna go on that because I've talked about it in live streams and videos, and I'll do that when I do my personal review of the Black Arc, okay? But this is how you know a villain is shit, when they start melting into purple goo. As soon as you see a villain and he starts melting like into some sort of like gelatinous mass or something, and then he starts like showing like heightened emotions, that's when you know that the villain's lost it. That's when you know that they're not good. Garen does it, and spoilers for Fire Emblem Conquest, Garen does it in Fire Emblem Conquest. The same thing has happened numerous times in Precure and Discord Avengers, Ivan Ooze from Power Rangers, Granted, Ivan Ooze has his novelty because he's like nostalgic charm and all that, but he has nostalgic charm and all that, but this is how you know, like, all the Final Fantasy villains that just combine into like one smorgasbord of like fucking like machinery and like bulbous flesh and whatever, and they have like this this is how you know it's like this is the first sign. This is the first sign that you know that they fucking suck. I can't believe, dude. And again, I'm going to. Of course, I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that when we get to the manga, and I may be wrong, and I may be wrong on all accounts, and if I am, then if someone wants me to own up to it, I will own up to it. But I have to believe that Toriyama wouldn't do that to Zamasu's character. I have to believe that Zamasu would still. Like, his body, it wouldn't turn into that gelatinous, like, purple half. I don't think we're going to see that in the manga. But then we get to the Potara stuff. So, apparently a Potara fusion by non-Kaioshin lasts only an hour. So, what was the point of... How in the fuck does Old Kai not know this? Oh... Obviously, it's a reconciliation of old material with new material, but this is just so stupid. I'm going to laugh if Vegito is not in the manga. Because we can just, like, dude, I want to nuke fucking Toei. I want to nuke fucking Toei. A Potara fusion by non-Kaioshin lasts only an hour? Are you fucking kidding me with this? Kibito and Kaioshin fused, and we're stuck like that for years! For years! Battle of Gods 5 years after fucking Blue Arc. They are still the same. Old Kai and the Witch, which I don't remember if the Witch was canon, but I'm pretty sure she was, because she was the one that, at least I remember in the anime, Old Kai was the one that said that the Witch was the one that gave him the ability to unlock potential in people. Old Kai and the Witch were fused, and they were stuck like that for ages in the Z-Sword. And when he took... Good God, yo. So yeah, apparently like Zamasu's like losing his immortality, like he's not immortal anymore. And then he's fighting Vegito, which is cool, by the way. It's cool to see Vegito again. I still think I'm getting the horrible feeling that it's fan service, because all he did was a couple skirmishes, a spirit sword, and then a final Kamehameha, which listen, I like the final Kamehameha as a move. I'm of the firm belief that things from the games should stay in the games and not come into the anime. It was still pretty well animated though, so I don't, it's not like, oh. But oh my god, we'll talk about the final Kamehameha at the end, because shout out to Shiraz for pointing something out to me. But how the fuck is Zamasu not in any pain when Vegeta impales him with the beam sword? And it's not that he isn't. Actually, you know what? I can get by the fact that he isn't in pain, because obviously, like, Goku, when he was impaled in the heart. Remember when Black and Zamasu had like cornered him on the wall, and I mean he was in pain, but at least he was able to stand it, right? So I can get behind that. But he said it in this very same episode that he doesn't have his immortality, or at least he's losing it, or that he doesn't have it anymore. So why is there no visible effect on him? And then the, like, as if I need any more proof that Zamasu is shit. Zamasu talks about like what his wish was. His wish, like, obviously was to kill all mortals, but another wish of his was to take Goku's body intentionally. And he says that he does this because he is a mortal who has received the power of the gods. But this doesn't make any fucking sense. And we'll talk about this when I do my Black Arc review. I might have to do another Zamasu sucks video. I'll probably have to delete the old one, just because like some new information has come to light, and I probably have to rewatch. I don't know how I'm gonna get through rewatching this arc again, but I'm gonna have to like take bits of dialogue and like put it in the description box as usual. But he says that because he's reached the realm of the gods as a mortal, that he wants to take it. I have taken on the sins of mortals and the failures of gods in this body. And he says it with like pride and joy. I think even for like a 5th grader, that should be a huge turn of character. This is a guy who up until this very episode was saying, fuck mortals, I want to kill them all. And now he's expressing pride that he's taken on the sin of the mortals and the failure of gods, the very thing that he detests, into his body. Really? His wish was for him to fuse with Goku? Where's the sense of this is bullshit. He says because he wanted Goku's power, but if he wanted true power, he should have just chosen the Universe of Ten's God of Destruction's body, or Beerus, or Whis or Vados, even Zenchan himself, Champa. Where is this? And I was talking with someone on Facebook, and they said that it was Satan physiology, which I could have gotten behind. But the reason why that doesn't work is because, one, anyone can get stronger through fighting and training. That's point number one. But number two, I could understand taking Goku's body if like there was some massive threat out there, right? That was stronger than you, and that you were like in a very you were in a rush, like because you had to do it in this specific amount of time, right? You had to do it in this specific amount of time to get to a certain plateau of power to like overthrow this threat. Okay, fine, I can understand that. That's why you took Goku's body. You had to realize it, fine. But there isn't anything like that out there. I mean, yeah, the preview for the episode shows Zenchan, but we don't know like what's going to happen with that yet. All we know is that he chooses like some button and some bullshit about how Zamasu like spreads throughout the sky or something. I don't fucking know, but the same physiology shit does not work. The Zenkai stuff does not work because of that. If you really just think about it, like I made this comparison like some days ago on Facebook, but if I'm Indian, right? If I was racist, and let's say I hated everyone who was non-Indian, right? And then I saw like a white person that was like stronger than me, or a black person, or a Hispanic person, or a Chinese person, even a Pakistani person, whoever it is, right? If I saw these people of different races, like who were stronger than me, do you think that suppose if I was a racist, I would go and take their body just because I want more power? Or don't you think I would go to like the strongest Indian in the world or something like that? Then there's some fucking bullshit scene about Zamasu crying. The world will be purified by my tears. And you know what I love about this? I love how Toei is trying to treat this as something serious on Zamasu's part. Obviously not on Vegito's part, given his reaction. Like, he has like that funny face and all that. But the fact that Zamasu, that they're trying to push this as like a way of thinking onto people, that's the most, like, I get like a aneurysm just thinking about it. Like, I have to question like how retarded these scriptwriters are, because oh my god, and there is one scriptwriter, Atsushiro Tomioka, who wrote this fucking episode and all the episodes that I've hated. Fucking episode 60 and this one. Oh my goodness, man. This motherfucker needs to fuck off and never write for Dragon Ball Super again, because this whole anime is a mistake. Well, maybe it wasn't a mistake, but at least I think that the company that's handling it made it a mistake. And I think that there's definitely some room for improvement. Like, I just can't imagine like the arc would go this way if you gave it to like, I don't know, maybe like Sunrise, even Studio Pyro, or Bones, or some competent, like, can you imagine like Production IG writing something like this? I can't. I cannot. Then Zamasu gets all bigger and shit, and then Gowasu says Zamasu's complex emotions made real when he becomes large, like that, like that's what the form is. Please fucking kill this arc off already. Just fuck off, Gowasu. Like, what do you do, What do you do, Gowasu? What do you do? What do you do? Like, what's your purpose? Fuck off. And then we get to the end. Oh my god. So Vegito's fusion runs out for some bullshit reason. They used up the power to sustain it. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, you know what I love about this? The fact that Zamasu fused as a Super Saiyan Rose, or Black like fused as a Super Saiyan Rose, and his thing hasn't run out. Obviously it can't, because Black and Zamasu are both Kaioshins, but the fact that there is no, like, I would have been okay if the reason for Zamasu, like, even though I wouldn't have liked the look of it, the reason for Zamasu melting would have been if, Black had fused as a Super Saiyan Rose, which would have brought up a earlier plot point in the Buu arc when old Kaioshin told Goku not to fuse as Super Saiyans with the earring. So I would have liked that. Like, that would have made some sort of sense to me. Like, okay, now we see the side effects of that. We can see like his life is running out or something. Okay, whatever, fine. But the fact that Vegito's fusion ran out because he used too much power, that not even the Kaioshin's Potara can take it, and it's fucking God Key, like, you have got to be out of your fucking mind. You have the 1 hour bullshit, which is a complete plot hole. And people were bringing up like the whole bad air thing, like in Boo's, like as to why Vegeta diffused. Dude, like, listen, I respect everyone's intelligence, but I think it's pretty obvious why Vegeta diffused inside Buu, right? If we look at when Dabura said that you can't use Kobito's and Kaioshin's ki to resurrect Buu, and we look at how like the Kaioshin, they eventually made Buu weaker when they were absorbed, either only the Dai, in my opinion, both of them together, or all of them together, South Kaioshin and Dai Kaioshin. But that'll be a discussion for another video. But the fact that we saw those two things, and the fact that Vegeta diffused because he was a Kaioshin fusee, and when you look at Gotenks didn't diffuse immediately after he was absorbed, right? Why do you think Gotenks didn't diffuse immediately after he was absorbed by Buu? And obviously Vegeta wasn't absorbed. He willingly let himself enter into Buu's body. But don't you think that the difference between that supports the idea that Kaioshin and Majin Ki don't mix? So the whole bad air thing, I think, is just stupid bullshit. Like, it's just Goku just thinking, So there's that, like Vegeta's fusion running out, and then the end with fucking Trunks. My heart literally sank. Like, I couldn't. Man, like, this is like, things were generic as it is in this fucking arc, but Trunks light, the Hikari, the will of people, how it becoming a fucking Genki Dama, And let me bring up that final Kamehameha. Fucking Trunks with the sword slash. With the sword. Using the key of so many ningen. I mean, I can't wait to not hear that word anymore. It's more powerful than Vegeto's final Kamehameha. You know what really irked me? What was the final straw when Goku and Vegeta were like, us too, and they did like some Broly. Oh my god, they did the thing. They did the thing from fucking movie 8. Bro, oh my god. Broly onto that bullshit. Fuck this arc. Fuck this arc. I'm disappointed. I'm ashamed. I'm disgusted. I was hopeful that the fact that Zamasu was attempting to be something a little more different than Dragon Ball villains, because King Piccolo wanted to control, Frieza wanted to control the galaxy. Cell just wanted to be lazy and do what they wanted to do. Boo just wanted to destroy because. Beerus is just he loves food or whatever. Hit's a martial. Well, I mean, I don't know if you can really count Hit, but the fact that Zamasu tried to be something different, I was so hyped for that, and I think I would like for villains to be more like this. I would just like for them to be written better, and I'm disgusted. I tried to hold hope. I wanted to have faith in Toei, but now I just don't have it anymore, because I wanted to believe. I wanted to believe like things could make sense, that lines of reasoning were sensible and character motivations were sensible, and they wouldn't do things like fucking Mai trying to snipe Zamasu with an energy bullet, or they wouldn't introduce useless ass characters like Gowasu or Maki and her fucking brother. This useless ass human resistance shit. Like Mai can fuck off too. Like what does she do anyway? She can go to hell. I didn't want Trunks to repeat the whole like, this is the power of mortals, ningen, ichikara ningen, Mai, all the time. I didn't want Zamasu to have kami no ningen ichikara, inferior ningen, superior kami 24/7. I didn't want him to have that, but we got that. I wish Goku and Vegeta had progressed more naturally as characters. I don't know. I'm really just disgusted and heartbroken that something like this happened. But I guess the silver lining is that supposedly the arc ends next week. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool that we got Vegeta back. I guess it's kind of cool that Trunks came back, even though I felt his entire character was a waste. I don't think he developed at all, or at least his character didn't change in any meaningful way, except for maybe like Vegeta telling him to like train more, and which is what was like 5 minutes maybe of something. Kid Trunks trying to be relevant by trying to cheer future Trunks up. That was such a pathetic attempt, and Bulma pisses me off by like I guess this is just a nitpick, but Bulma being on the fucking sidelines watching the fight was just like there was a tweet, a Japanese account that I follow on Twitter. Obviously I can't read it. I have to use the translation button, but a tweet that he had sent out, or she had sent out, I don't know the gender, but the tweet that was sent out was about how Bulma, whenever she watches a fight, she usually makes useless ass comments, like how she did in Dragon Ball when it was during like the Fortune Teller Baba arc. And it was the same thing here in the Black arc when they were fighting Black and Zamasu. Then you had the same thing in the fucking Universe 6 arc, and then Resurrection F. And so yeah, her being there just irked me to no fucking end, and I don't know. I'm just really sad that this all happened, but it's fucking Alvarez and oh my god. Let me see if Alvarez versus and I if people want to, people can believe what they want to believe. I don't think that quality and I'm not, you know, I think people are going to think that this is a shot at people, but it's not. People, you know, quality of something is dependent on someone's. It's dependent on someone's viewpoints or their criteria for what makes something good. So I'm happy that people, Dragon Ball fans, can be happy. I am not happy. Personally, I don't think this is a. I don't think this is a Dragon Ball arc. Murder Zamasu to me isn't. That's not Dragon Ball to me. Like Lightning of Absolution or whatever. That's not Dragon Ball to me. I'm sorry. Like it's Final Fantasy, if anything. Someone just sent me this. Someone just sent me an expression of Gawasu. This expression indicates Gawasu's lack of understanding and confusion. When confronted with his apprentice's genocidal hate for Ningen, Gawasu mumbles "Zamasu" or "Zamasu." This is usually followed by showing him retarded Ningen races to further his prejudices and asking for more tea. There you go. So let's see. Is Alvarez versus McGregor on or no? Or am I late? Okay, no, it's still the Woodley fight, but I'm. Man, you know how could anyone let that happen, bro? Just like I just don't get it. Like why? Like you know, for people that say they like Dragon Ball, they just why did it have to be Toei? Like I don't get it. Like why? Well, seriously, why couldn't it have been? And we got the watch next arc. Atsushiro Tomioka is gonna come in and write more episodes. Yeah, woohoo! Fucking Goku not kissing and Vegeta being like "fuck Kakarot, I don't want to fuse." And the thing about this episode was that Goku was so eager to fuse too, which I guess is kind of understandable considering like the threat that they're facing. But I'm just at a loss for words. Like this is Donald Trump election all over again. Well, actually no, Donald Trump election I was laughing, but this is, man, I can't fathom like what would go through someone's head to create something like this. And hell no, I don't think. And you know, people are asking me like, where does this arc? It's one of the worst to me. I'm sorry. Some people whose opinions that I respect said that it was better than the same arc. I'm sorry, no. Like nothing beats Piccolo sacrificing himself for Gohan in this arc. I'm sorry, or nothing this arc has something like that, or Goku going Kaioken and using Kamehameha, or even Goku's speech about how hard work has to be talent to Vegeta in the Saiyan arc, which to me, I mean, I've always said that I don't believe that there's a best arc, or that even like some arcs can be like equal in some capacity, but like even something as small as that has much more personality and Dragon Ball-esque material to it than anything in this arc. And keep in mind, I'm just talking about the anime here. My thoughts on this arc might very well may change. It may very well may change after I read the manga version, which I'm praying is serviceable at least. Yeah, I don't know how much he can change, depending on what all we saw. I mean, I don't know what else. Like there were some good improvements in the manga. The fact that Zamasu watched Gatu, which means that he knows about Goku before fighting him. There's no forced, like, see, you want to know, I knew in my mind when Goku went Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 2 when he fought Goku Black the first time, I knew that was Toei only. I knew it. I knew it. And see, when I say I know these things, it's only gut feelings. I have no actual evidence for me to go on, right? But I knew it. I just knew it. It was my sixth sense. I knew that was Toei only. Goku fighting Zamasu, I didn't know if that was gonna happen or not, but so I guess now comes the next arc. I don't know what it would be. I mean, Battle of Gods. I still say it. Battle of Gods is the best arc in this whole damn series, yo. This Super should not exist. It really pains me to say that, because considering that Toriyama is the one. Like, I have to imagine, like, I mean, I don't have faith in Toriyama that much either, especially after Resurrection F. So I'm disappointed that Muramasu's fusion was very bland. Though sensible, but bland. I was hoping for something a little more, but we didn't get that. I don't know what to make of the next arc. I go in with no expectations. I am not a Dragon Ball Super fan anymore. I am a fan of specific moments in the series, but the one thing that I am so glad that we can do is admit that certain elements of the anime and certain elements in the manga of Dragon Ball Super are not canon. So, and I can take solace in the fact that as far as like the quality of the series, only what Toriyama wrote can be taken as word of God, and only the shared elements between both are what we can use to somewhat, I don't know, tell the story of these arcs. But I don't know if you guys know what I'm feeling, but it really sucks when, you know, something that you want to be good just doesn't meet your, I guess doesn't I guess in this case it'd be my personal expectations. But I'm sorry, I have not met one good line of reasoning that explains the villain of this arc. I'm sorry, there just isn't. Or at least nothing that will convince me. And I'm just like, come on, like, are you fucking kidding me? Trunks going into a Genki Dama? Are you over a final Kamehameha? So I guess if next episode is the last episode of this arc, I'll do my whole Black arc, and Jesus Christ, this is 30 minutes, but fuck it. Look at all these look at all these notes I have. Look at this shit. And people are gonna say like, oh, it's, and so many of my comments have been misconstrued when I try to like criticize this arc, and that's gonna be hell to deal with too. Like, oh my god. Too many L's, and it's just fucking, you know 2016, the year of the L's. Add this one to it. There was some really cool stuff. You know, Super Saiyan Rose was so odd. That's another thing. Like, oh my god, man. Oh my god. And I'm sorry. Like, I'm like, this video is just mostly me like moping like this, but I think the reason I think this especially hurts is because like this is the ending to an arc, man. Like, this is Yeah, the ending to an arc, he's fucking cut in half. There's some Sky bullshit that's gonna happen next time. I'm just gonna, oh my god. And I'm looking this fucking Reddit thread. Oh, this is like one of the best episodes in Dragon Ball Super ever. As this is extreme, but see, I'd already lost faith in people when they voted for Trump, but I lose faith in Dragon Ball fans now too. And I hate all the pandering by Trunks having to use Galagon and Masenko and Final Flash. Just don't. Like Dragon Ball villains, they didn't have, prior to like what the video games tell you, they didn't always yell out their attacks. They didn't have many attacks. Goku had Kaioken, Solar Flare, Instant Transmission, Kamehameha, Spirit Bomb. What else? Like maybe like 4 or 5 attacks. Frieza never had a named attack. Frieza never had a named attack. Frieza's most iconic attacks were his finger beams and then his little like sun beam or his sun explosion stuff, right? Boo didn't have any. Boo used the Kamehameha once against Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I remember that. Oh, and twice when he was fat and then when he was kid. But now you have like Zamasu yelling out like Final Fantasy names. Like, this isn't fucking Final Fantasy. It's fucking Dragon Ball. I don't want the fucking lightning of. Like, what was the purpose of the halo? Where does that even come from? Where does that even come from? Like it's cool symbolism and all that, but where does that come from? How? Why? What is that? What is it? Someone tell me what it is. What is that? What is this Susano bullshit that he's like some ow? What is the Susano? Are you serious, dude? Like Zamasu is apparently like this fighting prodigy, and now like it went the Naruto route. It went the holy shit, it went the Naruto route. This motherfucker Sasuke, holy fuck. Yo, oh my god, yo, he actually went the Naruto route. Oh, fuck. Máquina. Oh, God. Goasu, Maki, Trunks, Zamasu. I really wanted Goku Black to be so much more better too. I mean, granted, Goku Black didn't preach as much as regular Zamasu, but man, at least there was like some sort of coolness to him. Like even with Hit had, like his stoicism inspired some sort of like cool charisma about him. Here with Zamasu, you don't have that. You have a fucking whiny ass brat that you can't take seriously. Okay. At this point, this is just 40 minutes. Okay, fuck it. I'll see you guys whenever.